Hey all, I'm Chris and I'm running for President in the UWSU elections. During my campaigning, a few students now have come up to me asking about how I'd fix this problem of there being no community at Westminster, which I feel is a massive part of rebuilding the Union. Now I think there are a few really key things we have to address to fix that problem. The first thing is that there's a massive psychological distance between the campuses. In central London it only takes about 10 minutes to walk between campuses, and from Baker Street it only takes 20 minutes to get up to Harrow. Now, that's not really nothing compared to what most of you travel to get in, which is over 45 minutes. I know some people who take an hour and a half to 2 hours to travel all the way from Essex to get to university. Now, I feel that's a really key thing we have to address first. I think there are lots of ways that we can do it. A really big one is that we actually should make reasons to travel between the campuses, and it shouldn't be relying on bar events to actually get people down to, say, Baker Street or Harrow. It should be other things. I think there should be, say, things like a treasure hunt, where you have to go between each campus and, say, find something on the campus and you get a prize from the Union or something like that, like a free tickets to the end of year ball or stuff. Doing the freshers fairs, having a tour between the campuses takes an hour. You learn a bit of history behind each campus because they all actually have a lot of history behind them. It's things like that where I think really having a reason to go between the campuses and actually going between them a lot more often will make that psychological distance feel a lot smaller. I think that's once that's started to be addressed, then we can start the feeling of community here. I think a really big key thing is societies. We have to put more resource behind them, and we have to put more publicity and advertising behind them. Because I think they do some really good events that lots of people involved in the society travel between campuses for, but your everyday student doesn't necessarily know about it. So say the Holy Society's event, the Holy events done by the Hindu Society next week. It's going to be a really good event. There's going to be lots of people down there throwing basically paint bombs at each other to celebrate Holi. It's a really fun thing, loads of people go there, but it's only if it's advertised well, and that's the key thing. I think once we start really advertising society events and make them bigger and better, a lot of you will get down there, make new friends on different campuses, involved in different things. I think there's also other stuff we could do. Say the Union works with schools to put on events like, say, quizzes between different courses and have a big rivalry in it. Supporting schools also to have, say, beginning of the year course parties or end of year course parties, to really get your friend networks up, because it's all about having lots and lots of different friends who you share different things in common with, but one thing you all share in common is the University of Westminster. That's what a community is. If you feel like you're all part of the University of Westminster, that's how we'll fix the community problem. Those are the really big ideas I have, but then there are loads of little things as well, say like having a university mascot, having sports become a really key thing and having lots of you guys going down there for it, having lots of you guys supporting our teams at varsity. We actually won varsity this year for the first time in 6 years. A really big thing, but not many of you know about it because not many of you are involved in sports, and in most universities sports is a really big thing. Like I said, the real way that we'll fix this community problem is actually make you all feel part of the University of Westminster, rather than treating the place like a college. Like, oh, I go to Regent's campus, or I go to Baker Street campus. You should start saying, I go to the University of Westminster. I think once that's fixed, I think the place will be a much better place to study, because you'll have lots more friends, you'll share more in common with people, and you'll actually want to spend time on campus, rather than treating the place like a college. I hope that's gone some way to answering the question. If not, then you can email me at uwsuchris@gmail.com, or you can get on our social network sites. We're on Facebook, search vote#1 for Chris Jones, Natasha McGeckin and Rico Smith. Get on YouTube, Rebuilding UWSU, that's where this video will be, or follow us on Twitter at Rebuilding UWSU. Vote Chris Jones, #1 for President, vote Natasha McGeckin, #1 for VP Activities, and vote Rico Smith, #1 for VP Communications. Thanks a lot, have a good day.